See, that's the big question. When I grow up, what do I want to do? So many people have those question marks around it, helping us figure out that weird path, I'd say. Dr. Karyn Gordon and Michael Ventola, who was on that path. Now, here's what's interesting. Some of the stats that you guys gave us.
Oh, my goodness.
80% of students dissatisfied with their major. Yes. 77% of people dissatisfied with their life and career. So let's start with Dr. Gordon.
Yes.
What's behind all of this?
So you think about only 20% of us have really figured out our dream career.
Yeah.
So it's a huge problem for a lot of people. There's an incredible amount of uncertainty around anxiety really around it. And so I've been, at our Counseling Leadership Center, I've been working with people for years on helping them figure out their dream career, and I realized I need to reshape this to do it in a bigger, in a group format. Sure. So I created a course called Strategic Career. You can figure this out in one day to figure out in terms of with what is going to be your dream career. And the cool thing about it is that you can do it anywhere. You can do it live in Toronto, you can do online, you can do it live webinars, whether or not you're living in North Bay or Sudbury, and we actually even have schools that are doing it in virtual classrooms in their high school. You can even get funding for it. And the idea is that I walk people through a process over 6 hours to help them figure out their dream career.
What they're good at, what jobs are available. Being realistic about it, which is key, right?
Which is key. And the first part of it, and this is going to be the first part, and I'll let Michael share with you his story around it. The first part is you need to know yourself.
Yes.
And it's not what you think, what your mom wants for you, your dad wants. What exactly is going to be the right fit? What's your personality? What are the industries? And so before we even start the course, we have actually people do 2 assessment tools online. So literally they're getting 20 pages of customized assessment tools to help them understand themselves. And this is powerful data.
Because inevitably, you might get in a position where you get to a point where you get a job or whatnot that you think you should be in, and then you're unhappy. So let's go to you, Michael. You're 27 years old.
24.
24. Apologies. 24 years old. And you didn't want to do this course, right?
No, not at all. My mom had signed me up for it, and it was kind of just one of those things I had to do.
Because you were in a place in life where you're trying to figure things out.
Yeah, I had just finished school like months before, and I'd finished with a degree in English and philosophy, so I wasn't exactly lined up towards a job or just otherwise going into academia, I guess.
Sure.
So yeah, I wasn't excited to go into it, but I'm glad I did, because it was an opportunity really, which I didn't expect for it, to learn a little more about myself and where I would fit.
What did you learn about yourself?
Well, I learned that I'm someone that really needs deadlines. I'm not much of a self-starter, but knowing that, it's something to improve upon, as well as that I love working with people. And yeah.
So you do this whole seminar, and you come out of it with what? Saying what? Did you know what you wanted to do right out of it?
Yeah, exactly. It was a very kind of filtering process where we listed maybe like our top 5 jobs and like top 5 values, and then narrowed down to 3, and then you combine your top 2. So for me, it was directing and filmmaking and writing. So,
well, you should talk to some people around here.
I know.
You're in a great place right now.
Networking place.
It absolutely is.
And this is exactly what he's saying. It's the filtering down. So you take the 20 pages of assessment tools, and then you walk people through a process over 6 hours. And literally by the end of those 6 hours, I have people actually finish what's called a tool number 5. And you're like literally, it's one page that kind of summarizes, and you're like literally staring at what is going to be the dream career for you that matches your personality, your industries, and your values, which is a lot of times the part that people actually forget about. And then, of course, is actually learning about the action steps. So even since taking the course, he's taken action steps, which is exactly with what we want, on helping go a little bit closer around the volunteering. Because
you can't just assume you walk out of it and say, I'm going to get a job tomorrow. That's how it works. And you know what? I was in your shoes. I was just telling you over commercial. I went to university as a math major, swapped that.
I can't believe you're a math major.
I was for 3 weeks.
Wow.
For 3 weeks. So I don't know if I really was. Swapped that, came out of school, went into PR, worked in PR, wasn't happy, went for journalism, and then ended up here, which is great. But this is what you sometimes you need to test the waters a bit as well, right, to discover yourself and what makes sense for you.
Yes, absolutely. And I think part of it is having a structure. You know, like there's some people that know and are just kind of aware or intuitive, or they've done assessment tools, but for a lot of us, we don't. You know, 77% of people don't really know. And so it's great to have a structure that literally walks people through that process. Kind of at the end of it, it's like, okay, now I know what I want. Now there's action steps. And he's already taken, and since the course, he's done volunteering in the industry that he's looking at, which is exactly the right way to do it, plus having his day job. So he's now taking action steps, and it's amazing. Once people have that process, they can see it.
Learn who you are is number one. If you want to learn more about the leadership, dkleadership.org is where you go. Dr. Karyn Gordon, Michael, thank you so much, and good luck with the career.
Thank you.
We're going to you, Kev.